Andrea Berta has had a brilliant transfer window for Arsenal. I want to talk about all the incomings and outgoings that this guy has sanctioned as the transfer window has finally ended yesterday at 7 p.m. In the last video, I ranked all 8 of our new signings from 8th to 1st. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about all the players Arsenal have let go this summer, be it free contract, through transfer fees, loans, and players that we could have let go for a decent amount or signed. If there was one player you would like to keep, comment that below. Because out of all of these players that have departed Arsenal, I would have liked to have kept Jorginho. Just for the experience. Don't think he's been a bad footballer at all for Arsenal. Although Flamengo insisted really hard. And he's got his dream move to Brazil, to one of the biggest clubs in world football. On deadline day, Brentford announced the signing of their new number 11, Reiss Nelson, on loan from Arsenal. When a week before, it was in talks that Crystal Palace wanted to sign him for £15 million. A lot of London clubs wanted Reiss Nelson, and Brentford won the race. But I'm really disappointed in the fact that we didn't get a transfer fee for him. The fact that he's going to come back on loan with 1 year left on his deal. Come on. The fact that we didn't get any money for him yet is really disappointing. The thing is with Reiss Nelson, he is agile, he's fast, his end product is pretty decent. The biggest problem he has is injuries and lack of fitness. Fulham done really well to snap him up last season and he was good for them in spells. But then he continuously got injured, come back to Arsenal, and Fulham couldn't take that same risk again. That's why they signed Samuel Chukwueze. I want it all to work out for Reiss Nelson. I do really rate him as a footballer. I've watched him live, come off the bench, start games, even in the Carabao Cup, and be a shining bright. This is his 4th loan spell now. He was at Hoffenheim, he was at Feyenoord, Fulham, now Brentford. He needs a permanent transfer, somewhere where he can feel at home. Arsenal, where he's not going to get guaranteed minutes, isn't his home, as much as we want it to be, because he's a Hale End graduate. At the same time, we wish him all the best, and hopefully Keith Andrews keeps him fit and he gets a permanent move there, because Brentford needed players. They let go of Whistler to Newcastle, and is he a good replacement? If he stays fit, he is. Berg also confirmed the signing of Albersambi Lokonga. It's been announced that we've sold him for £10 million, which is a good sale for Arsenal, all things considered, from Berta. We signed him for like £15 million plus. He's had forgettable loan spells at Crystal Palace, Sevilla. He was at Luton Town, where people were saying they really wanted to keep him. But the truth of the matter is, he's not been a good signing for Arsenal. The amount of times he's come to Arsenal and ghosted in games was really disappointing. And he may do well at Hamburg. We certainly hope so. 25 years old, centre midfielder, with Bundesliga bound. Hopefully, he does well, adapts to the league there better than he did in England. Jakub Kiwior also joined FC Porto on loan with an obligation to buy for €25 million. And I'm deeply disappointed and heartbroken that Kiwior has left Arsenal. I'll be honest, I really started to like Kiwior when he locked up Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo last season as Arsenal thumped Real Madrid over both legs. This transfer really hurts me, I can't lie to you, because I really liked Jakub Kiwior. He joined FC Porto on a loan with an obligation to buy, so we will be seeing €25 million come next season. This guy joined Arsenal as like a kid, a youngster with barely any experience despite coming from Spezia and playing for the Polish national team. But he leaves Arsenal having locked up Mbappe and Vinicius Jr., helping us in that Champions League clash against Real Madrid. And I remember when we signed him and we were playing Rob Holding over him, I was really upset by that. He had a brilliant game where we beat Newcastle 2-0 at their stadium. And then over time, he's got better and better for Arsenal. And he wanted Porto. He wants to play in the sunny countries. Fair enough. Enjoy the title race, the fellow king. And I would have been a lot more angrier about this sale had we not signed Hincapie. So it's a transfer that benefits all 3 clubs, Leverkusen, Arsenal and FC Porto. Fabio Vieira who was linked with Stuttgart throughout the whole summer, joined Hamburg on a loan with an obligation to buy, option to buy for £20 million. This is a player that was at Porto last season. He struggled at Arsenal for game time. He had one senior goal outside of friendlies, and that was a firecracker against Brentford. His best game for Arsenal came in a 2-2 draw against Fulham, where he came off the bench, set up a lovely ball for Eddie Nketiah. He was actually really good. That was 1 year and a half ago, and it's just not been that great. He's not acclimatised to the Premier League, bulked up. Porto could have signed him. They chose not to. Hopefully, with Sambi Lokonga, he thrives over in Germany. But him and Lokonga joined for about 50 million combined. And to not get much of that back does hurt me a bit. We signed him for £35 million when Porto were really good and they let go of Vitinha to PSG. We thought that we got a good transfer because he was having great output. He was having 15 assists, but he just couldn't replicate that for Arsenal, unfortunately. I was gutted about Jorginho leaving for Flamengo, to be honest. That really hurt me. The reason why is because I felt like we could have done one more year with him. But maybe it was the best time for him to leave, considering that he's declining. The less said about this man, the better. If proven guilty or not guilty, he put a stain on Arsenal Football Club. I'm not going to lie. Tomiyasu, I was gutted. He's just been injury prone for Arsenal. Signing him from Bologna for £16 million. 2-footed. Locked up Salah multiple times. Can play right back, centre back, left back. It was versatile for Arsenal, but it just didn't work out. Marquinhos flopped. Edu took him from Brazil. He scored one goal in a Europa League game in their fixture. Thought he was going to see him do well. Flopped. Back at Cruzeiro, he's gone. Multiple loan spells followed, whatever. This guy could not get used to English football. He struggled in the Championship. Kieran Tierney on the bottom right of my screen departed for Celtic on a free transfer. A player that also struggled for fitness, even on loan at Sociedad. But a good player nevertheless, a good servant to the club. We signed him for 25 million. Showed a lot of leadership qualities, was rapid, a great crosser of the ball. Wish him all the best in Scotland. And then the final one, Nuno Tavares. This guy is now at Lazio. They confirmed his obligation to buy for £8 million. There's going to be a huge sell-on fee should Lazio get rid of him. Overall, just couldn't get used to his time at Arsenal. Had this chicken at times, but he was rapid. He was a good dribbler of the ball. Not a bad passer, actually, but hopefully he thrives in this area like he did for Lazio in the first spell last season. Hein also went to Werder Bremen on loan. Apparently that's going to be an obligation once the season ends. It's like a £3 million fee. Not bad. Good luck to him. He was at Valladolid last season. Alexander Zinchenko went to Nottingham Forest. Yes! Get it. Did not like the guy one bit. I can't lie to you. When he first joined Arsenal, Zinchenko was a mentality monster. A big boost. He was good. But then he started yapping. He started getting involved in things that just made no sense. And he took sides. He took the wrong side. He defended that side worse than on the field. Made himself look like a right Nobhead. And Edu has done a masterclass in getting him in on loan. Repaying Arsenal after signing Sterling. Trying to make it up to us. Now he's stunk up the Forest gaff as well. Yeah, those are our outgoings. It's really disappointing that we didn't get enough money for them. In particular with Jakub Kiwior, I think he's a £30 million centre-back. Fabio Vieira, a £15-20 million player. It is a lot of wages off the books that helped Arsenal get a lot of signings in. As debut windows go, it's a 10 out of 10. We've upgraded on a lot of different positions. And we got rid of a lot of deadwood of players that we just don't need, don't like, not good for the dressing room. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Come on, man. Can Arsenal win the league? Let's see. Come on.